everybody else, Jose. He's a rookie. He's a rookie here, okay? So it's some pressure on him. I'll try to make it light.
Zone coverage, though?
Yeah. But that's typically harder, I think, the zones for quarterbacks. I'm going to say they made a bad decision. They should have got Shedeur Sanders. Josh Allen makes sense. I want a guy like Josh Allen, too. Like, every team wants that. Until you really watch him, he looks nothing like Josh Allen. Where at? Arm strength? They not even the same class.
No.
And then we keep talking about all this, like, this mobility and scramble and all that. Like, he don't run like Josh Allen. So what are we really talking about here, though?
Giants considering trading up for a quarterback, JaxonDart, later in the first round. Bad businesses tend to overcompensate for previous mistakes and reach. So the idea the Giants now think JaxonDart is the dude for the future in New York. Let me just ask you this. You ever notice that a lot of the quarterbacks that don't make it, you weren't paying a lot of attention to in college and they suddenly got really hot?
The New York Giants might be having second thoughts. After passing on Shedeur Sanders in the draft and putting their faith in JaxonDart, his performance from games are raising serious concerns. Once hailed as the next Josh Allen, Dart is now being labeled as overhyped. And it's not just the fans saying it. Inside sources suggest the coaching staff is questioning whether they made the right call. So what exactly is going wrong with JaxonDart? And did the Giants make a major mistake? Before the draft, there were already rumblings around the league. Reports linked the New York Giants heavily with JaxonDart, hinting that he was their preferred pick over the highly touted Shedeur Sanders. Even then, critics and analysts raised eyebrows. Many believed the Giants were taking a huge gamble, choosing potential over proven college production. Some even went as far as calling it a mistake in the making, a decision that could come back to haunt them. And now, just weeks into the season program, those early concerns are starting to look alarmingly accurate.
The roster right now is not good enough to keep their jobs for another year. They're going to lose a bunch. And JaxonDart is not a tantalizing enough prospect for everyone to want to see it through. So they're not going to say, oh, why don't you stay on and develop these guys? So then you get the worst thing you could possibly get, which is a regime change in the middle of a rookie quarterback's contract when the rookie isn't anointed as the chosen one, and then things get lost. That's why I don't like it from timing perspective.
NFL Hall of Famer Michael Irvin didn't hold back his thoughts on the situation. Speaking out after the draft, Irvin called the Giants' decision to take JaxonDart over Shedeur Sanders just unbelievable. He expressed genuine shock that Sanders wasn't taken in the first round at all, calling it one of the most surprising moments of the draft. According to Irvin, Sanders has all the tools, poise, leadership, and production to be a franchise quarterback, and passing on him was something he simply couldn't explain. His reaction echoed the sentiments of many fans and analysts who felt the Giants missed out on a true game changer.
A really, really good deal. And look, we talked about this, and I talked about it.
Value we put on quarterbacks in this league, that's shocking that Shedeur Sanders did not get drafted last night. That's just, and asking me what was the reason, I don't know.
Irvin didn't hesitate to shower praise on Shedeur Sanders, calling him the kind of quarterback people have been watching and waiting for throughout his college career. He highlighted Shedeur's pinpoint deep throws and his uncanny ability to scan defenses and deliver the ball right into the hands of his runners, calling it out of this world. For Irvin, it's not just about stats, it's about the complete package Shedeur brings to the field. The fact that a quarterback with that level of talent and vision wasn't picked by the Giants left him stunned.
I hear people talking about his arm strength, though I've been to quite a few games and watched him play, where he stood on one hash mark and threw that out ball all the way to the other side of the football field, and he didn't dirt that football. He made those completions all the time. I've seen him throw the deep balls and make perfect throws in the deep ball. He's as accurate as there is.
Boomer Esiason also weighed in on the controversy, and his assessment wasn't any more comforting for Giants fans. According to Esiason, JaxonDart simply isn't the type of quarterback most NFL teams are looking for.
You clapping. Yep, you clapped.
Right, because this is what JaxonDart did in college.
Every single play.
He's a little bit of a mute of a quarterback because he's one of those robo quarterbacks in college where everybody turns to the sideline and looks at the plays, and then they stand up there and then they clap to get the snap. They don't do that in the NFL.
Nope.
So he's got a year. He's not going to play right away.
LaShawn McCoy didn't hold back either, firmly nullifying the Giants' decision to sign JaxonDart over Shedeur Sanders. McCoy made it clear. He doesn't believe Dart is anywhere near the level expected of a starting NFL quarterback, let alone someone being compared to Josh Allen. In fact, he called those comparisons completely off the mark, saying Dart isn't even close to Allen in terms of skill, presence, or potential. McCoy admitted he was super confused by the pick and couldn't understand the logic behind passing on a talent like Shedeur. In his view, Sanders would have had a much higher ceiling with the Giants and a far better chance at real success.
Nothing like Josh Allen. Where at? Arm strength? They not in the same class.
No.
And then we keep talking about all this, like this mobility and scramble and all that. Like, you don't run like Josh Allen. So what are we really talking about here, though? Because if you're taking a guy, right, you trade up to go get a quarterback. Cool, you must want him. And then the reason why you want him is you're saying in comparison to Josh Allen. I'm like, there's no way possible. So I was super confused with this pick. I will say, though, he will have some success being with Brian Daboll. I've been with him at Buffalo. I think he's a really good coach. I just don't know, man, if he will have the same success if he had Shedeur Sanders at quarterback other than Dart.
Pete Prisco also voiced his concerns about the Giants' decision, making it clear he wasn't a fan of JaxonDart being taken in the first round. Prisco labeled Dart as a raw quarterback, one who still needs significant development and time to adjust before he can truly contribute at the NFL-level offense. He questioned whether the Giants had the time or infrastructure to support that kind of long-term project. On his grading scale, Prisco went as far as giving the pick a C-, signaling strong skepticism about Dart's immediate value and long-term upside.
Quarterback desperation is a strange phenomenon in the National Football League, and we watched it play out when the New York Giants traded back into the first round to take JaxonDart, the quarterback out of Ole Miss. Dart is a raw quarterback who will take some time to translate his skills to the NFL level. The offense is so much different than what he ran at Ole Miss. I do like him, but why not wait until the second round and get a quarterback, maybe even wait to get him? Why trade back into the first round? I don't like this move by the Giants. I give it a C-.
Even the legendary Tom Brady weighed in on the situation, adding his voice to the growing support for Shedeur Sanders. Brady admitted he was surprised when the New York Giants passed on Shedeur, saying it didn't make much sense considering the talent and leadership he's shown throughout his college career. He revealed that he personally texted Shedeur after the draft, not just to console him, but to encourage him.
Shedeur Sanders, why did he go so late in the draft?
It's a good question. I wasn't a part of any evaluation process or to
Skip Bayless
see
says
that.
otherwise.
That's the problem with media is everyone can just say whatever the fuck they want. I actually texted Shedeur because I know him very well. And I said, dude, whatever happens, wherever you go, that's your first day.
The New York Giants' decision to place their future in the hands of JaxonDart is already drawing heavy criticism, and the early signs suggest those doubts may have been well-founded. Analysts from across the league have pointed out that Dart doesn't appear ready to shoulder the responsibility of leading an NFL offense. Instead of being the next big thing as many hoped, his performances have exposed flaws in both technique and presence, leaving many to wonder if the Giants were blinded by comparisons that never truly fit. When such a wide range of voices agree on the same issue, it raises real alarm bells about the organization's long-term vision. Critics believe the Giants prioritized a risky projection over safer. What do you think about the Giants' decision to put their faith in JaxonDart? Was this a bold move worth the risk? Or do you believe the front office made a serious mistake that could cost the team in the long run? Do you see Dart developing into the leader New York needs? Or are the early concerns from analysts already proving to be true? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take on this controversy.